Hi guys, and welcome to the May tour on Cookie's Allotment, Devon. As you can see, it's an absolute glorious day here in paradise. Absolutely beautiful. Everything really seems to be catching up now. So that cold snap although it was not good at the time, everything seems to be fine. So I'll take you for a quick tour around the plot. So the blue cage there is all ready for the sweet corn. I think the area next to it, which needs a bit of a weed, will be where the leeks this season will be going. So they'll be going in soon. I still haven't sown them actually, so I need to get on with that. The bean poles are ready for the beans to go in. I've got some runners already, and I'll be planting a few more. So that's all ready to go. The tyres where the daffodils were, the daffodils have died back now, so they just need sort of deheading. I'll leave them for a couple of weeks yet for the energy to go into the tubers, and then I'll be cutting those back and sprinkling a bit more wild seed in there as well. The alliums are doing really good, starting to come out really nicely. So that's the alliums. The African keyhole garden I've weeded, it's looking really good. I've picked some rhubarb because that was just going crazy. These are last year's leeks, so yeah, I'll be picking those as and when and eating them. I've noticed there's a bit of rust starting to appear on them, so probably now is the time to pull it. The broad beans are spectacular, doing really well. They've got to be probably 2-3 foot, some of them, so that's all good. Okay, I'll take you into the grape greenhouse. Okay guys, the grapes are doing really well. Lots of grapes. I've been in and thinned them through a few times, but as you can see, we have, where's the grapes in here? It's really hard to focus on the grapes, but yeah, and to be fair, they're a good size. You know, this time of year, it's only middle of June, so they're doing really well. What I will be doing, you'll see, if you see on this stem here, there's 2 bunches of grapes there. I'll probably be taking one off, so it'll be 1 stem and 1 bunch of grapes per stem. I think that's the way to do it. If anyone's got any other suggestions, I'd be interested in hearing them. This year, this is the new wood that I grew from last year, so I don't know if I'm doing the right thing by allowing grapes to grow on it this year. So if you've got any ideas or tips, comments about the grapes, please put them in the comment section below. That'd be brilliant. Alright, let's have a look at, I think next, chickens. Let's have a look at the chickens. So the chickens are enjoying the sun. I managed to get a bit of wood chip for them here as well, so they do like to root around in the wood chip. There's one over there. Look, let's see if I can capture her in the... I don't want to go in there because they're laying eggs at the moment, and sometimes if you disturb them when they're laying, you get the blood spots in the eggs. It's harmless, but you know, I'm not a fan of it. I think actually we're going to go in. Stand by. So I think while we're in here, we'll check to see if there's any eggs today. I've not actually had a look today, so see, one was in the chicken coop now, so I don't like to come in the daytime to disturb them too much. Yeah, see, we've got 2 eggs at the moment, but that's it. So I think I'll take those two now anyway, and then we'll leave them. We'll leave them to it. Hello, girls. Hello. Stop pecking my feet. Hello. I'm gonna drink water. So lovely. So as you can see, this is the biggest change so far to date. If you remember, the bed used to slope quite badly down, and I think that was part of the problem why my courgettes towards the top didn't sort of fare so well. The water would run off that membrane. Although it does allow water to pass through it, it does, I have noticed on occasion, it does run off. So what I've done is I've built a straw bale retaining wall, which, as you saw earlier, I've just wet up. Later, as you'll see in the video later, I've just been sprinkled it with nitrogen, and I'm just wetting up the bales now, and then they'll get really hot inside and start decomposing, which, once that sort of process has happened, it takes about a week to 10 days. I'll be putting a little bit of sort of compost on the top, not much, and I'll be planting all my wildflowers along there. So that's going to look really nice. And then the bit here under the wood chip, there is membrane under there, and a lot of, if you watch the previous video, you'll see there's a lot of chicken manure in there and other goodness, and that's where I'm going to be planting my courgettes. And it'll be interesting to see which ones fare better, the ones that are in the new bed, which has got the manure underneath, the chicken manure, or the traditional way I do it, where I just put a bit of compost in these holes here and put the courgettes in there. So we'll see how that fares. Still got a little bit of weeding to do on this bed here. That's where the peas are going to go this year. So but there's only about half an hour there to do. So right, what's going on here? I've put beetroot planted in there. Nothing's in the next two yet. That's got to be populated. The Jerusalem artichokes are doing fantastic. I thought I got all the tubers out. I did purposely leave a few in there, but I don't think I left that many. I mean, and they remember the sunflower family, so they're going to be 8 foot tall, 8 to 10 foot tall they were last year. So, yeah. Okay, guys, exciting news. The Gunnerer, Manny Carter, has fully recovered. And as you can see, it's growing nicely. So this, yeah, we've got plenty of stems coming up. And I think, you know, I think I like it starting later, because the leaves this year are going to be perfectly green. There's going to be no frost damage on them like there was last year. So, yeah, it's really good. Okay, started preparing this area. This is where the new shed is going. So I've been doing a bit of building work at home, so I've got these blocks that's going to be used for the supporting the base, a couple of scaffold boards, and so yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that in. Spent a lot of time yesterday getting the cooking area sorted. As you know, I'm doing a cooking show later in the year, so that's the set for the cooking show. That's the backdrop, really nice, absolutely beautiful. So yeah, watch this space for the cooking. The potatoes, these were the earliest I planted. These were planted in January. This one here is starting to die back a bit, so maybe it'd be worth sort of harvesting that in a couple of weeks. I'll have to see. These are all my containers with my buckets in growing at the moment, and I've got some yucca, I think it's called. I've got to go and pick it up, and I'm going to sow that in the last few buckets that I have remaining. And I've got a few more seed potatoes I'm going to sow as well, so never too late for potatoes. The onions are doing really well. They've been weeded a few times, so hopefully we should have some really nice onions there. It's a mix of white and red. And so finally, the greenhouse. These are all my seedlings literally waiting to go out. So courgettes and the such like. The tomatoes are doing really well. I've actually got flowers on the tomatoes. So yeah, I'm going to put some courgettes out now. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'll crack on with that. See you in a bit. The garlic's doing really well. You can see why I grow potatoes in containers. I mean, I've never grown potatoes here. And look, I've got survivor potatoes growing here. It's absolutely incredible. So there's a different angle on the African keyhole garden there. And then there's more garlic there. And some more garlic there. Yeah, the African keyhole garden. I did do a video on it, and there are videos on YouTube that explain the principle of it. So, but if you want me to mention it and talk about it in another video, just put a comment in the comment section below. Okay, guys, there you can see the courgette bed all weeded, ready to go. I've just sprinkled on fish blood and bone, which is high in nitrogen. Remember I said about the straw bales being end on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wet those straw bales up now with a lot of water, and they'll start to decompose inside. The heat will build up, and in about a week I'm going to plant my wild flowers. So I shall crack on now and put plenty of water on. By watering it like this, the fish blood and bone will break down and it'll go actually into the straw bales, which will provide the nitrogen to the bales. So that's what we're looking for. So there we go, guys. I've got some courgettes planted, so I'm going to plant some in the lower bit, like I said, and then some traditionally. A few more to pot up and plant on yet, but yeah. So check back later in the month. I'm going to be putting a couple of videos on. I might do like a little short video every day next week, just using my phone for the Devon County show. But hi. Yeah, I might do a little video every day for the Devon County show. I think the BBC are going to do a time lapse of us setting the allotment up as well, so I should be able to get footage of that. So yeah, exciting May coming up, exciting May. So thanks for watching Cookies Allotment Devon. Please, if you found my video, please comment. I love the comments, and please subscribe. Take care, thanks for watching. See you soon.